The boy Mikey Garcia, shout out to Big 3 Boxing.
Yo, shout out to Big 3 Boxing, keeping big clean.
Shout out to Big 3 Boxing in Santa Ana.
Your boy Bulletproof Cuba's here with the Big 3 Boxing Santa Ana. Bang!
What's up? What's up, Big 3 Boxing fans?
Special
edition.
We got the future champion,
Blake
Bulletproof. That's right, baby.
The new heavyweight lights out extreme fighting champion.
And the new.
That's right. We're gonna do a pre-toast to that, because we know we're gonna do as soon as he gets his belt.
Damn.
Hopefully in about a month or two. As soon as this
World champ shit only, baby.
That's what I'm talking about.
There you go.
God damn.
Some real players roll.
And we'll follow it down. What's going on, champ?
Just chilling, man.
Yeah.
You know, this quarantine threw a little wrench in things. As you guys know, I was supposed to fight on March 13th.
Friday
The 13th, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Friday, March 13th, I was supposed to fight main event on Fox Sports Network for Lights Out Extreme Fighting for the heavyweight title against a guy named Mike Quintero.
Yep.
And that was right at the beginning of this whole COVID thing. And on the 12th, the day of weigh-ins, the fight ended up getting canceled because Governor of California shut down any event over 250 people.
Yeah, I guess he should.
Yes, you should.
You know what? It might have been better that way because what if like some of the people in the crowd had it and then maybe people
Absolutely.
were in contact. We didn't know much about it at that, but it was better to just everybody to take a chill pill for the second.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I know. I was kind of bummed out because I bought tickets and I was looking forward to you capturing the heavyweight belt. And it didn't work out, but hopefully within a month or two, you'll be able to get that fight and we'll watch you win that heavyweight championship.
Hell yeah. I appreciate it.
And are you gonna, what's it called? Does it resume? Are you gonna get?
So yeah, I'm
Let's
told
break
that
the fight.
the exact same card as they're trying to put together for July. I'm not sure if it'll be in LA County or San Diego County.
Okay.
It really depends on the guidelines and what the government's saying about mass gatherings for sporting
Right.
events. It's really.
So
It's still so new, we don't really know what the fuck's, they don't even know what's going on, so, but things seem to be opening up a little bit now, and they're kind of starting to ease restrictions, so hopefully we see that things don't get out of control, and we're back in action in July. That's currently the date, or the month that I'm hearing that there's a good potential for it, but again, we don't know if things are gonna get out of control, and things are gonna be shut down for another 3 months, or who knows.
Hopefully not.
And hopefully,
I hope not.
Hopefully they let us in, and whichever city you fight in,
We'll
support you, man. We'll be there, cheering you on,
100%.
and hopefully you get
I
that
appreciate
title,
it.
man.
I'm looking forward to getting back in there. This was the biggest fight of my career. Fighting my first fight at heavyweight, main event on TV, fighting a really tough guy in Mike Quintero, and I really put a lot into the training camp going into this fight. I was obviously bummed that it fell through, but a lot of people are having things in their life fall through at the moment.
it could be worse.
Did you say just like, well, that was a waste of training, was it?
I wouldn't say it was a waste of training because I still improved and continue to evolve as a fighter. So I wouldn't say it was a waste, but there definitely wasn't a payoff at the end of all the investment, a financial payoff, a paycheck.
Exactly, you're still paying your trainers.
Or even like this whole buildup of like something's gonna happen, and training to fight and like preparing and
like that fight move.
the mental preparation, all this stuff that goes into it, to have this big moment that's coming and damn, we're not sure when it's gonna. Just kind of like. So I knew that I didn't know the fight was going to get canceled ahead of time. But so the Wednesday before, I also am very well connected in the professional wrestling world. And so the day before, so it got canceled on Thursday, the day of weigh-ins. I was supposed to fight Friday. Wednesday night, I was getting calls from some people that are pretty connected in the professional wrestling industry, and they're like, "Dude, all the events are getting shut down. Over 250 people, blah blah blah. Like, expect an announcement in the morning." And I'm like, fingers crossed, like, please let this. So I'm like doing all the research I can, and everything's like, we suggest, it's recommended. So like, I was kind of on the fence about, are they suggesting maybe no events over 250 people, or it's like, nah, motherfucker, no events over, what's the wording here? Like, we suggest you don't do this, or nah, motherfucker, that shit ain't happening,
I get you.
And so I knew that Wednesday night, and I got, after this call, I did a lot of research on it, and I was fucking super worried about it. And some of the news articles I saw said, expect an announcement in the morning.
Fuck.
And so I call my coach, and it's like 8:30 or 9 o'clock, and he's like, dude, just continue. We've been training for 12 weeks for this fight. Keep your head in the game. You know, as far as we know right now, there's still a fight. We're going to continue to operate as such until we know 100% there's not a fight. And I was like,
but you were already like at peak in your training, right?
Oh, I was beyond. I was ready to get in the cage. It was fighting.
So, like,
it was the day of weigh-ins. So I wake up Thursday morning at weigh-ins. I want to say we're at noon, and so I get up at like 9:30, 10 o'clock, and I wake up to a text from one of the owners, George Vasmajian, saying the governor's shutting all events down. Which I had talked to him at like 9, right after I got off film, this wrestling person, pick up the phone, call him, he's like, as of right now, we're still on, but like, if you're calling me right now, you're hearing a lot of the same shit that I'm hearing, you know? And so I woke up to a text. I was probably one of the first fighters to know that the card was off, but it's because I was in touch with one of the owners about the whole thing, like what's going on.
Well, that and you're the main event. You're the star of the show right there. You know, so you know that they gotta let you know.
Yeah. So, but even on that sense, I felt like my opponent didn't. I felt like he found out from me because I found out and I hit him up like, hey man, you know, like I put a lot of training into this camp. You know, I'm bummed that we couldn't get the payoff today, but like I'm down to run it. And so like he sees it like 15 minutes later, doesn't respond for like 2 hours, 3, and then like now like 11 or 12 o'clock, and then he hits me back like, thanks man, I appreciate it. But I know that he probably saw that and was like, what the fuck?
So that makes me the B side of this fight, you know, like real quick.
Yeah.
Hey, but you're still training as if you were fighting next month or next week or whatever?
Yeah, so I mean, my training has been modified to meet safety standards kind of everything going on right now.
Yeah, the gyms are closed.
Are you staying at home watching the Tiger King? Are you staying at home watching the Tiger King and stuff like that?
I watch Tiger King. That fucking bitch Carol Baskin.
Why is everybody hating on her?
She's a fucking
you know?
No, fuck her.
She's guilty.
That bitch for sure, dude.
She's an assassin.
Hey, she's a millionaire now.
So can you tell us more about Lights Out Extreme Fighting?
Absolutely. So, Lights Out Extreme Fighting, LXF. This was supposed to be the next event will be the 5th event. But so Lights Out Extreme Fighting, despite it being their 5th event, they're somewhat of a brand new organization, but there's components of it that have been around for a long time. So I'll take it all the way back to like early on. Originally, like 5-6 years ago, it was just straight Lights Out promotion. And I believe it was just George Basmajian, who's one of the owners and main matchmaker and promoter for Lights Out. And then I think they picked up another owner and became California Extreme Fighting, CXF. And I fought for CXF for the 185-pound belt in, I want to say, December of 2016. That was my last fight at 185 pounds. And then
Was that considered light heavyweight?
that's middleweight.
Middleweight.
For MMA.
So
what, 185?
you were struggling to cut weight, or was it?
Yeah, I'll get into weight cutting because I don't do any of that anymore. I'll talk about my whole move up to heavyweight and stuff because I fought as low as 170 pounds. But I'll finish with Lights Out. So CXF, Lights Out promotion became CXF, California Extreme Fighting. And then they picked up another owner, and Sean Merriman, a lot of people know from the Chargers. Been very very well known around the sports community.
A great player.
Fantastic player, fantastic person.
Huh?
Didn't like him.
What?
Shit. My reader went after him.
Oh, so you don't like him?
Twice and shit.
You don't
I
like
like him, but
he's
cool. He's a good player.
He was a great athlete.
A great athlete, bro, and he's a beast on the field. Like,
So
all Lights Out.
On the field, I don't like him on the field, but out the field, he's cool.
He's good.
You can take a shot with
I
him?
like that bullshit. That's my quarterback and shit.
Anyways, motherfuckers, you guys are interrupting the man.
So,
As a new owner.
So Sean Merriman came on and became one of the owners and has... I don't know exactly who does what and whose responsibilities are for what with the show, but Sean has done a fantastic job of helping build the promotion and getting it a lot more publicity and exposure. He's always on all over a lot of local news. He's been on like the LA Times News Channel and a bunch of other stuff, hyping the fight, talking about particularly the fight between Mike Quintero and I. So they've made it a little evolution from Lights Out promotion to CXF to LXF, which is where they are now.
9:30.
You see an evolution and a growth of each of these promotions as it went from smaller local show to bigger local show to now it's in my opinion, a major regional show. Tomorrow's UFC, about half the card is fought for Lights Out promotion, California Extreme Fighting, or LXF.
Really?
Like half the card. Nice. Spike Carlisle's one of his last fights was there. Gabe Green was a champion for CXF.
Oh shit!
Roosevelt Roberts was a champion for. I think he was a champion, or he at least fought for a belt for CXF.
Nice.
There's a bunch of other people in there. So Lights Out Extreme Fighting and their predecessor promotions have really become
Breeding grounds.
a breeding grounds, bro, and a place where you're starting to see the stars of tomorrow coming up.
Yeah, hopefully we'll see you on the UFC soon.
That's the next star that we're working on, man.
So if you get to UFC, so you're looking at fighting at 205. That's
I was fighting heavyweight. I highly doubt I would go down to 205 again. I'm about 240 pounds right now, and
you feel strong?
I bench 445, bro. I'm
Can
I
you
squat
repeat that?
560.
Can you repeat that? How much do you bench?
Yeah, decline bench. I use a Smith machine. So full disclosure, but the reason why I'm lifting is for getting better at force generation. I'm not worried about the stability. I do a lot of stability training and landing with all my punches and stuff. So I'm more worried about force generation. But on a decline bench press, bro, 445.
God damn.
Yeah, you better be careful. These guns don't come with a safety.
I have two questions. Two questions right now. So tell me about your nickname, Bulletproof. Tell me more about it. How you got that nickname?
So
he looks bulletproof. Look at him.
I know that.
Look at this guy. Come on.
Can we test it right now?
So with the whole Bulletproof Troop thing, so that started about. So I've been fighting for 2 years as Blake Troop. Like Big Troop was kind of my nickname. And this is when I lived down in San Diego. I moved back up here to Los Angeles at the beginning of 2016. And I didn't feel like I was where I should have been at in my career. And so I looked around at a lot of people that were in places that I wanted to be. And one of the big things that I realized about this sport is it's the fucking entertainment industry. And so like when you start looking at guys who's like the pinnacle of the sport, and I mean but Conor McGregor is definitely going to be in that discussion of the pinnacle of the sport. And the reason why Conor McGregor is who Conor McGregor is...
Got a whole country.
Well, the motherfucker he's an entertainer.
That's a big fucking mouth.
Not only
that, Mayweather.
Not
the
only
whole
that.
thing.
No, wait.
But then they can back it up. The only thing I like
That's
McGregor is that he doesn't shy away from competition. He fights the best.
He's
Whatever.
short
notice.
Look, he didn't have to take that Mayweather.
But I don't agree with them being the top 3 right now of all time. MMA mixed martial arts. Do you agree with that?
I wouldn't say he's a top 3.
He's a top 10.
But the thing is,
but 3. I mean, top 10 is a big fucking
you
gap.
know, when you start talking about top 3, what is it that's your criteria for naming him a top 3 person? You know, like, do I
George Pierre is all around.
GSP.
Wait,
that's my
wait,
number one. That's my number one.
Isn't he retired though?
No, no. Outside.
All time. Oh.
They're pretty McGregor all time.
I was just saying.
Oh my God.
John Jones to me is the greatest talent, but he's got so much controversy. Hold up. I don't have a number 1. I have GSP number 1. He's got so much controversy. I cannot give him that title as the GOAT.
Yeah, see, I don't care about people's personal life stuff so much.
Yeah.
John is as a fighter.
He lost to Dom Reyes.
Dominic's a friend of
Dom
mine.
Reyes.
I'm glad he lost that fight.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Dominic's a friend of mine, so I have slightly biased eyes. But at the same time, had that not been for a UFC title, Dominic wins that fight.
Yeah,
But
correct.
you're fighting
That's
the UFC
100%
champion.
You gotta take it from him.
Really, like I
In
can
that in the name too. John Jones and shit.
They're not an undefeated fighter. Like I'm a like I said, I'm a Dominic Reyes fan.
Well, shit, we're saying he won. We're saying we're saying he won.
Like even let's say that they fight again, right? And he happens to perform the same way he did. I guarantee he's gonna get the decision next time. Even Dana White said he won his son said he won the fight. So there's a lot of people backing up Dominic Reyes. And the majority of the sport is back.
So it's kind of like when Alexander Gustafsson fought John Jones. I thought Gustafsson had that not been for the UFC title and it was just a fight between 2 guys.
Part 1.
I thought, he fucked him up in part 2.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if Dom Reyes can do it as well in part because John Jones seems to do better.
Dominic Reyes is a special talent. I believe that. I see it. He's got talent.
He's very talented.
He's very talented. So I believe that.
But you know what? Jones is super talented. His rematch, he adjusts.
He does better than his rematch.
Just better.
You want another one? You good?
Okay, right now, I'll let you know what I'm about. Thank you.
Let's be honest. The only round that I saw John Jones winning clear was the 5th round. The 4th, you can say, okay, you can make an argument for Jones, but it wasn't like, it was obvious. 1, 2, 3 was clear to me as a sunny California day. Dominique Reyes won rounds 1, 2, 3.
I agree. See, I agree with that. But I can see how it being the champion and having to take the rounds and beat the champ.
And
that's why I say, had it not been for the UFC title, I think Dominic for sure won that fight hands down. Yeah. It being for the UFC title against the champion, I can see why he didn't get it. But I thought Dominic won the fight. I'm not gonna say I still, even though he's the champ, I can see why the judges didn't give it to him because I didn't think he beat John's ass bad enough to take his belt.
Yep.
But I definitely thought he won the fight. And that's the tricky thing with and another thing about going to the judges, bro. I've seen some terrible
Oh my God, lately, that's what but these fucking judges lately in the UFC.
Even in boxing.
Well, that's always been boxing.
But like, how do you judge, at the end of the day, like, alright, who's the face of the UFC? McGregor's the face, right? Second is probably, that's the face. Second is what? Jones, right?
Yeah, Jones.
I would say Khabib.
Khabib? Oh, yeah.
Khabib's either
Amanda Nunes.
Amanda Nunes is face women's MMA, and bro, she's a bad bitch.
She's a bad bitch.
I think she could beat a good amount of 135-pound guys.
Oh yeah,
she's fighting Spencer next, right?
Yeah.
I got my money on Nunes. How confident? Like I say Nunes, but how confident would you say?
I don't see anybody beat Nunes. I don't see any. Cyborg, I was like, bro, Cyborg, if someone's gonna put it on her, it's gonna be Cyborg. I'm a huge Cyborg fan too. I've been watching Cyborg for a long time. I like her as a person and as a fighter. I would have loved to have watched that rematch, but I know people in Cyborg's camp. And the thing was,
they don't want that.
No, they wanted a 1-fight contract. They wanted the one and done. And UFC's like, no, we'll do a 5-fight contract or a 3 or 5-fight contract, or we're not gonna do it. And so she's like, nah, I can make more money elsewhere. So then Dana White's like, she's scared to fight him. Which, I mean, if I were Dana White, if you're not going to come fight for me, I get that he wants to crush her value and make her look bad,
but how can, like...
Nunes is a bad bitch. It's sleeping.
It's rare. Like,
the best woman's MMA fighter ever.
I agree. But it's rare, what I was going to say, it's rare, like, let's say you happen to have a close fight with someone, then you have a good chance of beating the person, the second fight. She got fucked up. I'm talking about Cyborg. She got fucked up by Nunes.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard, like her. I feel
like to give her a rematch or something like
that. Shit, like,
especially because Cyborg's known for you want to line it up, motherfucker, squaring up and banging. Bro, that's where she got slept. She got slept where Cyborg's scary ass Cyborg. Like, you know, as a fighter,
got bullied, pretty much.
As a fighter, 100% weighs on you mentally. When you hit somebody with everything you got, and that motherfucker ain't dead. Like, that my last fight, he went down. I'm like, he starts coming back to life, and I'm just like, what?
That's fucking
But not only that, but to hit somebody with everything you got, and then to fucking keep fighting, but then to be in where you're the shit, and you're not able to toss that motherfucker around like you've been tossing everybody else around. Not only that, but to get beat in the pocket. Cyborg to get beat in the pocket by Nunes. And like, Nunes is a bad bitch, bro. She's gonna be really hard to beat. I don't think she's
And I understand you saying fight in the pocket and stuff like that, because you guys are fucking big boys. One fucking shot fucking hurts, you know? Like, they can put you to sleep, and then when you see a big man in front of you, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
No, wait,
you see a motherfucker hitting you and you take a punch and you can't put him to sleep like,
hey, wait a minute, Blake.
Right now.
Before we continue, speaking of street fight, this asshole over here was saying, like, on 2 podcasts ago, that the UFC was able to pull that shit up because they could get any street fighter.
Shit, you gotta call me out on that bullshit.
This fucking
I know, I was just saying. He's in a week. You can get ready.
Yeah.
Is that true?
How long is the training camp?
No, hold the fuck up. Let me explain myself. You guys are fucking putting my spot. I'm gonna explain myself. I'm just saying.
Bum fights. UFC edition.
You know, like street fights.
Put him in a chokehold.
Hey, Gibble Slice fucking was drinking like the night before, and then he fucking went to the backyard and threw hooks and shit, you know? And all of a sudden he's on fucking, you know? That's what I'm saying. It's easier to put
Shut up,
a street fighter in a cage than it is to put a fucking boxer in a fucking ring.
I don't know.
I mean, I think either way you're finding somebody who's gonna go in there and get.
You're gonna get fucked up.
I don't know. Much respect.
prepared.
I give respect to anybody that steps in the cage and anybody that steps in the ring. My fucking.
How long does it take though? The training camps.
I mean, I've taken a fight on 10 days' notice, and I've had 12
Thank you.
days.
That's what I'm telling you. Exactly. You just don't give me my hook of one there.
I probably wouldn't take a fight now with where I'm at in my career with less than like 8 weeks of training.
8 weeks. See,
Wait,
that's
you're
No,
at the
you
top right now.
thought you
So you
thought
don't
about
want
I
to.
lost lose.
Correct.
what I'm
When I took that fight on 10-day notice, it was the first 6 months of my career.
Oh yeah, you
But at the same time, if UFC called me like, yo, we need John Saturday, I'd be like, let's do it.
That's what I'm saying.
What's your dog's name? You'll be like, Timon, let's go.
I'm going to Fight Island, Tiger Dog.
Wait, shout out to us.
Well, you got. Hey, my point just got proved right there, right?
Oh,
Hey,
shit.
yeah,
From
bro.
the beginning. He said the first 6 months.
Shout out to Steve Carpenter. What's up?
What
up, Steve?
Hey, so who's your favorite all-time MMA fighter? You know, we could go to Hickson Gracie. So, you know, where you can go you go all the way to Hickson Gracie. You know, fucking that guy was a beast. I been watching a lot of
That was one of my questions I was gonna ask you.
Yeah,
I grew up with
Royce Gracie.
Royce Gracie, the Beast, Dan Severn, fucking Kid Shamrock.
Oh, yeah, that's
fucking
old
Jim
classics,
Wright,
bro.
I mean, what's it called? Tank Abbott. You know, it's
Dude, he's tiny
Yeah.
now. He's tiny now. He used to be fucking huge, Tank.
Tank App. He's right here in Huntington Beach, I think, right? Yeah. But yeah,
I'm
no.
looking up this guy's name, who's my favorite. I don't know why I can't think. Lee Murray.
Lee
So,
Murray.
Fucking blonde hair, purple fucking
So
hair.
this guy, Lee Murray. So a lot of people probably haven't heard of Lee Murray.
To be
Lee
honest,
Murray-
I ain't never heard of him.
Lee Murray is currently in jail in Morocco.
Oh fuck! I like him already.
Currently in jail from Morocco for the biggest bank robbery ever he
That's my favorite.
Murray.
Shout out to Lee Murray. These motherfuckers. Let me see how much.
Are you kidding me? And what was he in the UFC ever?
Fought Anderson Silva.
Oh, Spider, what?
Yeah.
No way.
So here's what Wikipedia says. Lee Murray is a Moroccan-English career criminal, drug dealer, convicted bank robber, and former mixed martial arts.
You gotta get him on the podcast. We gotta bring him in.
That's a hell of a resume.
If they ever let that motherfucker out of jail.
That's a hell of a resume right there.
So, hey, here's how much money these motherfuckers came up with this bank robbery. $92 million.
What the fuck? How long ago? When was this?
Here's some, 2010. Here's some other wild shit. So this is when Tito Ortiz is the fucking man. Later 2000s, he's the champion in the UFC. Him and Lee Murray get into a street fight. He full sleeps Tito. Tito's the fucking UFC champion. Gets slapped in the street, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Hell yeah.
I don't know this video.
How come they haven't done a movie on this motherfucker?
Bro, it's crazy. This.
We're about to fucking do a documentary on this.
It's supposed to be talking like he's got like an entire street brawl section on his Wikipedia.
Dude, we're gonna do a movie on this motherfucker.
Netflix is fucking.
You're gonna play him.
Netflix had a good documentary
Oh,
about
yeah,
it.
he's gonna, we got Bulletproof, he's gonna play Lee Murray.
It's in July 2002, Murray knocked out Ortiz.
Oh, shit.
It's in Matt Hughes' book.
God damn.
Matt Hughes was fucking a beast.
He is a beast.
Matt Hughes was a
Matt
fucking
Hughes
beast.
is a
That
beast.
motherfucker. Matt Serra.
So Lee Murray's my
Yeah,
favorite.
you know.
This motherfucker is wild.
Me too.
You know what? Now, because to be honest, I didn't really know. Now I gotta look him up and watch some videos and see.
Read up.
We gotta read up.
Yeah, great story.
And the thing is, he's just convicted of bank robbery. Wait till you hear all the shit this motherfucker did.
Ah, shit.
You gotta wait, but it's like, it's supposed to be stabbed. It's supposed to be through some shit.
So-
I mean, he's been in a Moroccan prison for like 10 years.
Ah, damn. Just to fucking have that under your belt. Like, I was in Morocco prison. What the fuck? Like, what'd you do? Hey, so you know, we're
And they never got that 92 million back. It's somewhere.
Somewhere. When it comes out, you're gonna be like, hell yeah.
So, oh, yeah, still? That's alright. We got enough on that. We're a boxing channel. We're called Big 3 Boxing, and we like it, all contact sports. We like MMA. What is your favorite boxer of all time? Like, who'd you grow up watching that you said, like, damn, this motherfucker is it right here?
I mean, grow up watching, I was born in 87. Tyson was the fucking man growing up. Like, that's.
Shout out to Tyson.
Yeah, dude, now here's talking about taking another fight for some charity stuff and get out a $20 million offer for bare knuckle boxing. So, like, growing up in that age, fucking tight, like, bro, that was like, I'm a little kid watching Killer Tyson, you know? I want to say I was in like 4th grade in the Tyson Holy. So, like, I grew up watching fucking badass Tyson fucking.
Yeah.
Being mean, the vicious days of boxing. Yeah. Now I would say, like most combat sports, it's more technical. Yeah. Guys competing to not lose versus Tyson went in there and fucking killing him.
Exactly.
You know, and that's a big style of mental approach to fighting that I like to have. I'm gonna come in, I'm gonna fight you. I'm not gonna come in and try and piece, score. I'm getting a little better at strategically tearing people up. But fuck, I'm going in there to rip someone's
So you don't like
head.
the Mayweather
You're
style.
not a Mayweather fan. We're not either. We're just saying.
Here's the thing about Mayweather. I enjoy watching him fight because he's an expert tactician, and the way that he moves and does things in the ring, he makes it really hard to hit.
It's the same. I'm sorry, but it's the same way as an MMA fighter. You know what? If you can understand, it's not a striker. You're gonna take somebody to the ground and fucking arm bar him,
right?
Fucking do something that you're gonna fucking submit him, right? That's his whole style. That's his style.
Well, he's just very strategic about it. He has a very smart approach to not getting hit. He's arguably one of the best fighters ever. I would say
he's the greatest defensive fighter of all time.
Oh, I give him
some fuck with them defensively.
Pernell Whitaker.
He's not. No.
Sweet Pea was good.
Sweet Pea was good.
But he's not Mayweather good.
But what about now in today's boxing? Who do you like watching right now?
So I would say Triple G or Lomachenko are probably if I had to pick a single guy, I'd probably say Lomachenko. Just because of the way this dude dances around.
He just fucking moves around.
Bro, moves, shit, pop, 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 cut back out, pop, pop.
Yeah.
And where, dude, he's just always
different angles.
He's like the Matrix.
Exactly. And because he's never right, guys hit the bag. They're used to guys fighting right here. Lomachenko just don't stick. Bam, I'm over this. And he wants to poop, and he just starts laterally moving on guys. And we have a term for it with my coach. It's called strafing, where you're like pop, 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 pop as you're moving around a guy. And bro, it's straight Lomachenko. It's very Lomachenko inspired in terms of tap, 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 tap. And that's when, now that I've tap, 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 now I'm yanking that glove open. I'm really trying to hit you.
Yeah.
These first,
hell yeah.
I mean, these suck.
Easing you up real quick.
I'm figuring out your hands, looking for positions. Now I'm fucking.
Yeah, throw everything in there.
So he's very strategic in terms of his footwork and his positioning and his angles. So if I had to pick a single guy, I'd probably say Lomachenko. But I train with a lot of guys. Joe Hank's one of my main training partners. I was training a little bit with Derek Chisora too.
Derek Chisora, nice.
Yeah. Actually, got some sparring.
He's
with Derek
supposed to
Chisora.
fight Usyk, I think.
Dude, that's gonna be a fucking.
Yeah. You know, Usyk and shit.
Yeah, bro, those are big boys too.
Yeah, that's
And-
what I'm saying.
But Derek Chisora's no joke. That motherfucker is he's way bigger than Usyk.
Yeah.
And if he lands one of those fucking
That's
rights
what
on
I'm saying,
Usyk,
you know, that's what I'm
Usyk's
saying.
gonna
Like I
lights
said, he
out.
lands
That's what
it,
I'm
but Usyk has the skills. So
Yeah.
He does.
we'll see how it plays out.
Like I said before, and I looked prior to the podcast, Usyk didn't look good at heavyweight. He looked
He
small.
only had one fight at heavyweight. He only had one
fight.
So now you're staying up to the big boys, and
Hey,
this is another
And
chance.
Chisora's not a good guy to feel small against. Because
Right.
he's gonna come in and bully. He's
Yeah,
a
yeah,
bully.
yeah, yeah.
Pressure. Get in and fucking. So if you can't hold your ground or make sure that you're in good position, like
Yeah.
that kid.
Well,
I'm excited to watch that fight though.
I have to.
well, not only that, speaking of that, Usyk's that was his first fight in heavyweight. Your next fight against Quintero's gonna be your first fight in heavyweight also, right?
Yeah.
Damn.
So I'm not
How
much.
do you feel?
I feel fantastic, man. I fought at 170 pounds. I fought like 6 or 7 times at 185, like 6 times at 205, 5 times at 205. My first fight at 200 or at heavyweight, and I've always felt like I've continued to move up weight classes. I've never missed
Take
weight
your power with you?
because I felt like I would continue to. I'd be a bad motherfucker for the first 3 minutes, but when I would cut weight, I'd quickly end those reserves. And the best way I could describe it is I felt like I put handcuffs on my body's ability to perform, my conditioning, my strength, even somewhat of my confidence. And I'm going through this drastic weight cut, straining my body super hard before I'm gonna get in and fight somebody to the death.
It's a real fight.
And I mean, if I just go in and steamroll motherfuckers like I typically do, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But if things go past that first 3-4 minutes,
Yeah.
but now all my wins are in the first round. But I've always been cutting weight. If it went past the first round,
all your wins have been in the first round?
Yeah.
God
So you're saying your stamina is your
So I've had stamina, but in training with the weight cut ahead of time, I felt a big impact on like my energy reserves when I got in the cage, where I wouldn't be performing at the same level that I would in the gym. And I felt like one of the biggest things that I could attribute it to was cutting weight. It's the only thing that was really different.
Because you attribute that? Can the first round? It's just you're running on adrenaline. You know, you're running on adrenaline. You're fucking doing whatever you have to do, and then when that fucking shuts down, you need another level. You know, which is stamina. You know,
Well, so I felt like I would prevent my body from really storing enough of this excess energy because I'd be so worried about cutting weight, getting in the sauna, draining myself, starving myself.
Yeah.
I can only eat so
That's
many
half of the
carbs
fight
today.
right there.
Yeah.
No, I'd almost it's the fight before the fight.
It's the fight.
But I felt like I would take that baggage into the fight with me, and it would impact me more than it was worth.
Right.
Because the cutoff, the risk versus benefit is I'm going to be a little bit bigger, a little bit stronger, a little bit.
Right.
But here's the cutoffs is my conditioning might not be as good. I got a whole mental battle before getting in the cage, replenishing. Like, bro, I've been at weigh-ins where I'm just like,
You're already pissed off because you did all
I
that
mean,
shit.
even, but I don't even have the energy to be pissed off. I'm fucking spent like a fucking ghost. You see guys at weigh-in sometimes and they're like all face sucked and like, man,
That sucks.
and the thing is, in 24 hours, you don't completely.
It's not enough time, right?
Yeah, you don't. I mean, you don't physically recover completely in that. Like, you need like 2 or 3 days. And so I'm just stoked to not have to cut weight again. I haven't gotten in and actually performed besides in the gym, but I think I expect to see the most physically able bulletproof troop at heavyweight. You know, I'm stronger than I've been. I don't have to worry about cutting any weight, anything. You know, I can do my sprints, my conditioning, all this. I get on the scale a lot just to know where I'm at, like hydration wise. But I don't need to. Fuck, I'm still 227. I need to get down to 220.
Eat some tacos. Eat some
It's just the life as a fighter.
Or
You
I'm
know?
hungry from training super hard, and I'm like, fuck, all I can eat is a can of tuna tonight, and like.
It's not enough, motherfucker.
Well, it makes you not enjoy the whole process. And if you don't enjoy the process, bro, it's harder to get up and want to go train or do sprints, or and especially when you're just fatigued and you're like, I don't have any like, and it's, you know when you don't feel like doing something, fuck, I'm taking all the gas out of your car and be like, okay, well, we got to go for this long drive. You're just like, oh.
Right.
And
I can avoid all that before the fight when I'm excited, I'm pushing, I'm grinding. And I just feel like I'm able to keep flooring it all the way through the fight instead of having to 3 weeks out like, okay, all right, I gotta start slowing this down. I gotta watch my food. I gotta watch this. I get on the scale 10 times. I mean, I still get on the scale like 10 times a day, but I'm more looking at how hydrated I am because I see how much my weight fluctuates from there. I'm not worried about what I weigh. I'm just curious.
Right.
So that I can rehydrate appropriately, you know?
Exactly, and then you see boxers fucking walking around at 170 and cutting weight, and they're fucking fighting at 140, 135, and they're all sucked up, you know?
Bro, when I fought at
oh,
170,
shit,
I got in the cage at like 205.
Yeah. That's
So you
35
fucking made
pounds.
35 pounds?
And I'm 6'4", like I'm
What's the turnaround? 3 days or
24 hours.
12 in 1 day.
It was rough.
35 pounds in 1 day.
He ate a
It's just
horse.
not water weight.
It was majority water weight,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's just 20 pounds, 25 pounds of water weight.
So it's a question about, I'm gonna make a statement. Like one of the most beautiful performances I saw in MMA stand-up game.
32.
Yeah. After the stand was Stipe Miocic versus Daniel Cormier. The second fight, he was losing the whole. I'm talking about Stipe was losing the whole fight, and he adjusted. He started going to the body, and you saw how it affected Daniel Cormier. Do you ever plan to use body work in the future to break down the opponent, like kind of like Chavez did in boxing when he used to?
100%. So especially moving up to heavyweight, I think with the move going from 205 being the limit to being 206 to 266, it's a big window, and a lot of the guys that fit into that window just naturally fit into there. They're not cutting weight like down to one set. And nothing against heavyweights, but they tend to be a little bit softer than your athletic weight classes, your 70, 85. You don't see too many soft guys heavyweight. You might see it. You know, 1 in 3 might be soft at heavyweight versus, I mean, one's not.
I'll be one of those soft motherfuckers at heavyweight, you know?
But so guys like this that look a little softer, I'm gonna be fucking punching and kicking those dudes in the fucking stomach because I know they're not gonna like it. You know?
Well, I'm 150. I think I can fucking throw a fucking.
I'm a
I throw a
solid-
body blow on this motherfucker.
I got gloves in the car.
I got gloves right there. You don't have to go that far and shit. I got gloves right
I'm
now.
a solid 240.
Not solid.
Not solid.
Not solid.
He's a solid.
Carnita solid.
There's a solid 240. Hey, but you know what? We really appreciate you
I'm
coming through
140.
today.
Can I just watch?
Hey, it's been a pleasure, my man.
Correct. It's been a pleasure, and I hope you come back with the
belt.
Yeah.
I'll be back, baby. It's here. I'm here
Are you
in
gonna come
July.
back? You're gonna come back here?
Word on the streets is July, so stay tuned. I'll be back on Big 3 Boxing. We
Yeah,
got lights
yeah.
out extreme fight, heavyweight title, baby.
Yeah, Mike, cheers.
Yeah, cheers.
That's it for today, ladies. Hope you guys enjoyed this interview.
Give it a shot.
Next
Stop
time,
Pacificos.
next time you see this guy's gonna be here with the belt.
Hell
Right.
yeah.
Champ shit only, baby.
That's it.
The Bulletproof Troop sees red, my opponent sees black. Bang, bang.
Oh, God.